I think what we're looking at here is extremism and extremist causes, and we have to look beyond sometimes the obvious things that I do know we are doing with our prevent strategy. We have different categories of extremism, and I think this has been an issue for the investigators for the North West Counter-Terrorism Unit, Merseyside Police in Liverpool. What is the cause? And I think we would normally know by now. We're Thursday today, so 4 days after, we'd normally have that information released quite early on. And, it could be a number of things. I mean, what I'm saying here now is pure speculation. It could be a grievance he's got that his application to stay was rejected, and he just wants to get his own back. That could be one avenue. The other information that's coming out, he was a Muslim and then converted to Christianity, and the target itself, which was the Women's Royal Hospital, which was an unusual target, something that we've not seen in the past. So I can see the issue for the investigators here actually trying to ascertain this point. Why has he done this? And as you said, Sharon, the information came out since April, so he's been planning this for some time.
Some people will be really concerned about the timeline. That was months where he could have been identified, where someone in counter-terrorism could have thought, someone's purchasing suspicious materials. Are you nervous about that timeline, planning this since April?
No, I wouldn't say I'm nervous, Rosie. What I would say is, he was not on any system. It looks as though, going from the information that's been given out from the investigative team, he's been making a device which is comprised of items that you can purchase relatively easy. And if you do it, and you can purchase these items bit by bit. It also there could be also the factor he's had to learn how to make an improvised explosive device. So that could be one of the reasons why we're looking at this length of time. But looking at the blast and my limited experience, I don't think the device went off as it should have done. Maybe the detonator has gone off. And then, of course, that's enhanced the fact that with the flammable materials in the car, then we saw the fire that we did. So it doesn't disturb me, but I think it's someone who's been thinking about this maybe and has been planning it for some time.
David, you're a former police officer, and I'm just wondering if you're getting any sense of frustration with not just the police, the security services as well, that you've got someone here, an asylum seeker, fails in his attempt to gain UK citizenship, and yet remains in the country. Wouldn't things be easier if a failed asylum seeker is then sent off?
Well, you would think that, Simon. I'm sorry you failed, so now we return you back to the state which you came from. And to say, this is not a simple process when you're claiming to stay in a country, certainly with the UK. They'll be looking at factors of is your life in danger, etc. if you return back. Because we and a lot of asylum seekers, and it's something that frustrates me a little bit. Some of the asylum seekers who come here are well educated, have been, if you like, quite wealthy in their own country, but because they may have political opposition to the government or so on, they've given everything to come here. But there is an issue that we have a number of asylum seekers. I know Home Secretary Priti Patel is now looking at changing the process with them. But yes, it can be frustrating. But what we've got to remember is our security service, both the Secret Intelligence Service, MI6, who look at our interests abroad, the security service, MI5, who look at us nationally, and the police, they can only work on intelligence and information that they receive. And lots of that will then go to the Joint Terrorism Analysis Centre, JTAC, and they will pull connections and so on. They will analyse that data information. So that's frustrating. If someone's not on a system, how can they look at them?